Among the dozen people at the scene, more than one person had the same idea. They all realized that something was wrong, just like Zhang Yi and Chen Xiaoxiao. It's easy to catch a spy, but if the other party has this ability to see ahead, no matter how they fight next, they will be discovered by the other party in advance. Liang Yue couldn't help but hold up his chin and said, "No wonder it was our people who moved first in the first battle, but when they fought, the other party seemed to be prepared." At this time, a man with a crew cut and sharp eyes, sitting not far from Zhang Yi, raised his head and spoke. He was from Yunzhou, and his name was Zhuo Feiyu. "Zhu Shuai, we have received too much information today. We can't give a better opinion for the time being. Can you give us some time to study these materials carefully and then discuss them?" Zhang Yi nodded and said, "I agree with this proposal. If you just read it once, you can't remember many things, and it's not easy to speak." Other mutants also raised their hands to express their agreement with Zhuo Feiyu's proposal. Zhu Zheng thought about it, nodded, and said, "That's good, but you don't have much time to think about it, because time waits for no one. If we delay for a day, those wanderers will run to who knows where. By then, our compatriots on this land will be in danger." A strange look flashed in Zhang Yi's eyes. As the commander of Blizzard City, Zhu Zheng has no problem thinking so. But do the mutants in the 12 cities really care about the lives of ordinary people? When they were fighting for supplies for survival, they were more ruthless than each other. Talking about this now, isn't it a bit strange? But after thinking carefully, Zhang Yi also felt that it made some sense. Although he was ruthless and cruel, he was not a good man. But he asked himself that he would not attack those who had not offended him. When foreign enemies invaded, Zhang Yi was willing to protect this land and the kind and worthy people on this land. For example, Zhang Yi still hoped that people like Li Jian could survive well in the end times and leave a spark of fire for human civilization. Zhang Yi couldn't help shaking his head and smiling bitterly. People are really a complex of contradictions. Then Zhu Zheng said again, "I will only give you 1 day to study this information carefully. Then we will be ready for battle and go to defeat those damned Ronin. Now, while everyone is here, I will announce the basic divisions for the operation." Due to the strong strength of the mutants in the Eclipse group, individual actions are too risky, so the 12 people here today will be divided into 3 groups to carry out the action. Your mission is to support the Celestial God Squad. The Celestial God Squad will be responsible for the main attack. In addition, in order to act conveniently, each team will have a captain. In the absence of orders from above, all team members must obey the captain's orders. Zhang Yi raised his eyebrows when he heard this. He wants to cooperate with people from other forces? He couldn't help but glance at the people around him, and others were also looking around. This mode of action is not bad. Since they are all mutants with super strength, they gather together. Even if they encounter a super powerful enemy, they can delay enough time. It would be best if they could give the Celestial God Squad a chance to attack. The worst outcome is that you can also gain more information about Eclipse. Next, I will announce the divisions. Zhu Zheng took out a list from the pocket of his military coat and read it out in a steady and powerful voice. Team 1, Captain Zhang Yi. The first person mentioned was Zhang Yi, and he was the captain who was personally ordered to take charge. This made everyone look at Zhang Yi curiously. Deng Shentong looked at Zhang Yi with a playful smile on his face, which was an admiring look. The captain of the God team, a famous nobleman, has never given up on winning Zhang Yi into his team. Zhang Yi just coughed lightly to ease the atmosphere. Team members, Liang Yue, Chen Xiaoxiao, Peng Li. Liang Yue acted very calm. She was originally Zhang Yi's people. However, when Chen Xiaoxiao and Peng Li heard that they had become Zhang Yi's team members, there was some dissatisfaction on their faces. Chen Xiaoxiao's scheming was a little deeper. and she quickly regained her composure. But Peng Li stared at Zhang Yi straight, and the feeling of suspicion and dissatisfaction was beyond words. Everyone was a powerful person in their own territory. Why should Zhang Yi control them? Zhang Yi could sense Peng Li's gaze, but he didn't care. Anyway, it's always better to manage others than to let others manage you. At least you can have the power of autonomy. As for the subsequent actions, if they don't listen, just throw them away. Anyway, it's enough for Zhang Yi to have Flower and Liang Yue by his side. Oh, I almost forgot. He is actually quite strong, damn it. Zhu Zheng began to announce the configuration of the other two groups. Everyone listened carefully, and everyone hoped that they could be the captain, which represented the recognition of them by the Jiangnan Regional Headquarters. Group 2, Captain Zhuo Feiyu. Team members Yu Zhengyang, Yuan Hao, Liu Yuchun. Group 3, Captain Wu Shifang. Team members Mo Zhongning, Li Weihai, Jia Heting. After the group list came out, the atmosphere on the scene became a little stiff. As the captain, most of them are a little proud in their hearts, and at the same time they are worried whether their team members will listen to their orders. The team members are thinking about the strength of their teammates, and they have doubts about the captain to some extent. They are used to being the boss and in charge of command in their own territory. Who would be happy to let others order them? But at this time, Zhang Yi's focus was on another place. There were only 12 people in the announced list, but there were 13 foreigners from the outer city at the scene. His eyes fell on the pretty boy Yuan Hao, and then quickly shifted to his girlfriend Xia Lingling next to him. No Xia Lingling? Zhang Yi frowned. He didn't think the headquarters would make such a low-level mistake. Liang Yue was someone he brought here, and was also assessed by the headquarters as qualified to be a combat force. Even if Xia Lingling was not the leader of the force, she should have her name. Unless she is actually some kind of combat pet like Flower? Xia Lingling felt several strange looks around her, and she folded her arms in dissatisfaction and snorted. What are you looking at? We are husband and wife as one. Do you have any objections? Yuan Hao looked flustered. Lingling, don't be angry. Then he stood up, sweating profusely, and bowed to apologize to everyone. This scene made Peng Li couldn't help laughing. Zhu Zheng crossed his hands on the table and said seriously, The team allocation is determined. We have configured the team according to your abilities, and the selection of the captain has also been carefully considered. I hope you can cooperate well and complete this mission together, he said, glancing at his watch. Unknowingly, it was already past 3 in the afternoon. Let's stop here for today. We will gather here at the same time tomorrow afternoon. At that time, I hope you can carefully analyze the intelligence of Eclipse Moon and find the most advantageous way to fight. Because in 2 days, we must set off. The Eclipse Moon group will not wait obediently in place for them to go to encircle and suppress. Every extra minute and second may lead to new situations. Moreover, the impact of this incident is also more subtle. Some things are only 4 taels if they are not weighed, but they can weigh 1,000 pounds if they are weighed. If the Jiangnan district is not handled properly, not only will the status of the Jiangnan district among the 6 districts plummet, but it will even lead to a decline in the influence of all districts in the world. This matter is no longer a simple encirclement and suppression of Ronin. The meeting was temporarily over, and Zhu Zheng stood up and left the meeting room. Lan Xincheng said, The information will be transmitted to you soon. Then he pushed his gold-rimmed glasses and followed Zhu Zheng away. Deng Shentong saw that there were other people around Zhang Yi, and thought that Zhang Yi still had to deal with the affairs of his team, so he didn't come over to say anything to him. Soon, the people from the headquarters left one after another. Only 13 mutants from the outer city remained here, each with their own thoughts. Zhang Yi was the first to stand up. He put his hands in his pockets and said to Liang Yue lightly, Let's go. Go back and study the information carefully. Liang Yue nodded and followed Zhang Yi out. When passing by Chen Xiaoxiao and Peng Li, Chen Xiaoxiao's beautiful sword eyebrows slightly raised, She pursed her lips and planned to say a few words when Zhang Yi came to find her. Peng Li still looked alert and unconvinced, ready to fight back as long as Zhang Yi pretended to be pretentious. But what they didn't expect was that Zhang Yi didn't even look at them. He just walked straight out of the meeting room. Chen Xiaoxiao and Peng Li were stunned. They felt that they had charged up their strength to attack, but hit the air. He just left like that? Chen Xiaoxiao was confused. At such an important moment, they were about to go to the battlefield to fight those powerful and brutal Japanese ronin, but Zhang Yi acted as if he didn't care. Chen Xiaoxiao suddenly felt angry. What did he take this mission seriously? What did he take his position as the captain seriously? Suddenly, she stood up and said to Peng Li, who was also stunned, "Let's go find him."